The emergency transmission crackled through the void, reaching Earth's deep space monitoring station with desperate urgency. Commander Rayan Martinez leaned forward in his chair, his dark eyes fixed on the holographic display as the alien message played for the third time. "This is Admiral Zekthon of the Valdari Defense Fleet." The translated voice wavered with barely contained panic. "Our homeworld is under siege by the Devourer swarm. Our shields are failing, our weapons are useless against them. Please, humans of Earth, send us anything at all. We're getting slaughtered." The transmission cut to static, leaving the command center in tense silence. Around Rayan, his officers exchanged worried glances. The Valdari had been humanity's first alien contact 3 years ago. Peaceful traders who had shared their technology freely and helped Earth join the galactic community. Now their crystalline cities were burning under assault from something called the Devourers. "Sir," Lieutenant Rose Chen stepped forward, her tactical analysis pad glowing with data streams. "Long-range sensors confirm it. The Valdari system is swarming with unknown hostiles. Biosignatures suggest they're some kind of hive mind organism that consumes everything in their path." Rayan stood, his jaw set with determination. "How long until they reach Earth if they finish with the Valdari?" "Conservative estimate? 6 months, sir. Maybe less if they can harvest the Valdari's faster-than-light technology." The weight of command settled on Rayan's shoulders. Earth's fleet was small compared to established galactic powers. Humanity was still the newcomer, the primitive species that had barely mastered interstellar travel. What could they possibly send that would make a difference? "Rose, what's our closest asset to the Valdari system?" She consulted her pad, fingers dancing across the interface. "The UES Indomitable, sir. She's our museum ship. The old Earth Defense Force dreadnought from the Mars War. Captain Rodriguez was taking her on a ceremonial cruise through the outer systems." Rayan's eyes lit up. The Indomitable, humanity's first true warship, built in the desperate years when Mars had declared independence and civil war raged across the solar system. She was obsolete by galactic standards, her weapons primitive, her armor crude, but she was still functional, still deadly by human standards. "Get me Captain Rodriguez. Emergency priority." The hologram of Captain Elena Rodriguez materialized moments later, her weathered face creased with concern. Behind her, Rayan could see the Indomitable's bridge. All analog controls and manual systems built for reliability over sophistication. "Commander Martinez, I received the general alert. Are we really looking at an extinction-level threat?" "Potentially, Captain. The Valdari are requesting immediate assistance. You're the closest human vessel." Rodriguez's laugh was bitter. "Sir, with respect, the Indomitable is a relic. She's got kinetic cannons and nuclear missiles against whatever's out there. The Valdari have energy shields and plasma weapons. If they can't handle this threat, what hope do we have?" Rose suddenly looked up from her analysis, excitement in her voice. "Sir, wait. The Valdari message mentioned that their weapons are useless against the Devourers. But what if that's exactly why our weapons might work?" Rayan turned to her, intrigued. "Explain." "Look at this biodata." Rose projected her findings into the air. "The Devourers appear to be energy-based organisms. They absorb directed energy weapons, use them to fuel their reproduction. That's why the Valdari's plasma cannons are feeding them instead of hurting them." Understanding dawned in Rayan's eyes. "But kinetic weapons? Exactly. Old-fashioned projectiles, chemical explosives, nuclear fission warheads. The Devourers have never encountered anything like human weapons because the galaxy moved past them millennia ago." Captain Rodriguez's image flickered as she accessed her ship's tactical systems. "Commander, if Lieutenant Chen is correct, then the Indomitable might actually be the perfect weapon for this fight. She's got a full complement of tungsten penetrators, high explosive shells, and 12 nuclear warheads in her missile bays." "Captain, you're authorized to engage. Show these Devourers what human stubbornness looks like." The journey to the Valdari system took 18 hours at maximum burn. When the Indomitable dropped out of hyperspace, her sensors were immediately overwhelmed by the carnage. Thousands of insectoid ships swarmed around the dying Valdari homeworld, their biohulls pulsing with absorbed energy. The elegant Valdari vessels fired desperately, their beautiful weapons only making the enemy stronger. "All stations, battle ready," Rodriguez commanded. "Gunnery, target the largest concentration of hostiles. Load armor-piercing shells and prepare for full broadside." The Devourer swarm immediately detected the primitive human vessel. hundreds of bioships turning toward this new source of energy to consume. They expected another feast. Instead, they met 20 inches of steel-jacketed tungsten, moving at significant fractions of light speed. The Indomitable's kinetic cannons roared, sending streams of solid metal through space at velocities that turned them into relativistic weapons. The Devourers, evolved to absorb and redirect energy, had no defense against simple, brutal kinetic force. Their biohulls ruptured, their internal organs liquefied, their hive mind screamed in confusion as they died by the hundreds. "Nuclear missiles away," the weapons officer reported. 12 thermonuclear warheads streaked toward the enemy formation. The Devourers tried to absorb the energy of the explosions, but the weapons were designed to kill through heat, radiation, and shockwave, forces their biology couldn't process or redirect. Entire clusters of the creatures simply ceased to exist, vaporized in miniature suns. The tide of battle turned in minutes. What had been an unstoppable swarm became confused, dying creatures fleeing in panic from weapons they couldn't understand or counter. The Indomitable pressed her attack, her crew working with mechanical precision to reload and fire. Within hours, the Devourer fleet was scattered wreckage drifting through space. Admiral Zekthan's grateful transmission reached Earth days later, his crystalline voice filled with wonder. How did your primitive weapons succeed where our advanced technology failed? Rayan smiled as he composed his response. Admiral, sometimes the old ways are the best ways. Humanity learned long ago that there's no problem that can't be solved with sufficient application of kinetic energy. We're just stubborn enough to keep using weapons that work. Rose looked up from her tactical display, grinning. Sir, Fleet Command is requesting a full report. They want to know if we should start retrofitting our modern ships with kinetic weapons. Tell them yes, Rayan replied. And remind them, when someone asks humans for help, we don't send what's convenient. We send what's needed, even if it's a museum piece with enough firepower to crack a moon. The Indomitable limped home to a hero's welcome, her hull scarred but her crew proud. Humanity had proven once again that sometimes the best solution to a complex problem was a simple one delivered with absolute conviction. In the depths of space, other civilizations took note. Never underestimate the species that turned museum pieces into instruments of salvation.